We believe strongly that we in fact have a stable, steady, and confident housing market. You may not realize this, but over the last 50 years of tracking our single average family home price, it has only decreased 3 times, in 1982, 1990, and 1995. Stability gives people comfort in making major decisions, and we're very high on the fact that our market is stable. Interest rates are stable. Our housing supply is actually up. Our number of units of inventory is up, and that gives people more choice, and it also keeps prices from spiking up. So it's a very healthy environment. We do not buy into our market being problematic. In fact, we are among the lowest average house price of any major metropolitan market in the country. And we have one of the most diversified economies in the country.
In looking at the overall MLS, it's been incredibly consistent over the last few years. So we actually finished off 4th best ever. And I've commented to the media that we're only within 2% of our best year ever in 2007. When you think about affordability, how many markets, especially major markets in the country, would have 60% of their sales under $300,000? That's a really important strength we have in our local market. That, in my view, between our single family even and our condominium markets even more affordable, that we still have that as a real strength in encouraging buyers to get into the housing market. Where in other markets, unfortunately, a number of them are getting priced out of the market. Listings, of course, has been the game changer in a way in the last probably 5 to 6 years, but especially the last 3 years, where as much as we're stable and consistent with sales and being pretty close in pricing, listings have certainly changed quite dramatically. Choice is still a huge advantage for buyers in our current market. So, and that would include first-time buyers. You know, the challenge for first-time buyers is our prices have gone up like other markets, not to the same extent in the last few years, but it is more costly to get into a home that they really desire, and they have to deal with some upfront closing costs. And the big one in Manitoba that's more onerous than other provinces is our land transfer tax.
The retail folks I speak to advise activity in general is very good, as local and national retailers in Winnipeg perform well. There is still some challenging older strip malls in the northwest with a lot of vacancy, which appears to be a combination of location and age of these buildings. With the current developments underway and high demand, I hope to see continued development and hand in hand with that, high activity over 2016.
There's a lot of optimism for coming into 2016 for industrial, low vacancy rates, high activity, retail, lots of new development and high demand. Office, lots of stuff going on downtown that'll really help reshape things, and investment, low interest rates make it a lot easier for people to get into multi-million-dollar properties.
The same problem facing industrial going into 2016 is the same as going into 2015, lack of quality product. The overall industrial vacancy rate at year-end 2015 was around 3.1%. This was a very slight increase from 2014 year-end, slight decrease from 2014 year-end when the overall vacancy rate was about 3.2%. So the vacancy rate is inching downwards, so not a lot of space available for people looking. Also, when you look at investment-type industrial real estate, multi-tenant buildings owned by institutional landlords, the vacancy rate is actually around 7.3% at year-end 2015, which is down considerably from 8.1% at year-end 2014.
We don't have a lot, again, everybody's talking about the Calgary market. There's large booms and large busts, as you're seeing, but with our diversity, you're not going to get rich overnight, but you're not going to go bankrupt overnight. So it's a fairly stable level plateau, so investors around the world are seeing that and realizing it's a safe place to park your money.
Some predictions for 2016 are some vacancy levels to go down. There seems to be a move on the horizon as tenants occupying incubator-type space in the Exchange District have been moving up to the C market. And the hope is for tenants in the C market to move up to B, B to A, and so on. So these vacancy rates in the C went from 12.6 at year-end 2014 to 10.3% in 2015 year-end. And this tenant shift is likely what is attributed to this activity. So there is hope that this trend will continue through the other classes of office.
My key takeaway from today is market stability. We have a lot of inventory on hand. We have very consistent sales, so the market's chugging along, and it does not look like interest rates are going anywhere in a hurry. So stability is the key.